कमलम् श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमा ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमपदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरतुषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we all are going to now going to discuss ahead from 7.15 onwards, where um, we are actually um, in the 7.14, Krishna has said, Maya Dhaksh, if you surrender to me, it will be easy for you to overcome the Maya, and you can easily, you know, and you can overcome this entire illusory illusion that is created by Maya energy. So he says very clearly over there, and he's also stating it in the he has said very clearly that it is my Maya, and it is very difficult. But if you surrender to me, I will be. So in this verse 7.14, we had discussed already. We are moving towards 7.15, but just I wanted to say one thing. Uh, Krishna is very clearly saying that if you surrender to me, mam maya durataya mam evaya prapadyante maya itam tarantite. If you if the jivas in this world actually surrender to him, they won't be bewildered by the this bahiranga shakti of the Lord. They will eventually the jivas will be influenced by the antaranga shakti of the Lord, and they will not be in illusion. They will come out in the reality and start loving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and will get liberation. Na, na, minimum is liberation will be awarded to you. So, Krishna has told one way, has given us a key how we can actually overcome the illusory energy of the law of the Lord and gain liberation in the sense that we get freedom from all these miseries and actually attain Him, not just freedom from miseries, but also attain His loka and attain, I mean, even awaken love for Him. So then the question that came that if the people already know it, then why they don't surrender to you? So this means now why I'm saying this, the 7.14, why I was saying it, so that now you should know that 7.15, 7.16, whatever verses will be ahead is for that category of people who know this truth that by surrendering, because they have that culture, they have some understanding about this fact, and but they don't take it up to bhakti, you know. So that is 7.15, and 7.16 are those people who actually take up, bhakti. Uh, they turn towards the Lord actually. So it is for that category of people, who knows it, that Daivesha Gunamai Mama Maya Durattaya Mam Evaya Prapadyante Mayayatam Parantite. It is not being said for, I mean, it means these people have capacity. Some people have capacity, but they don't actually, they don't actually surrender to the Lord is 7.15. And a very famous verse, which is again and again been spoken by Srila Prabhupada in his lectures and many places. Tejasvi, you have to allow me to share the screen. So, so here in this verse, he is going to say that how the people who are actually, uh, how people are actually being affected, now being affected by the, uh, being affected due to their own mentality, and that is why they don't surrender to the Lord. So there are four in category: the gross foolish, the lowest of the mankind, the deluded speculators, and the professed atheists. These people, they never surrender to the Lord, lotus feet of the Lord, in spite of all scripture and authoritative advices. They won't. So that's what has been said. So we'll recite this verse. Tamam dushkritano mudha prapadyante naradhama maya apahrita jnana asuram bhavam ashritah. Yeah, so please just read the translation.
Translation: those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me.
So this is very clear, right? Now, the four category: gross, foolish, and mudhas, who are in the lowest among mankind, are whose knowledge are naradhama, and who partake of the atheistic nature, and they are asurim, and who are grossly foolish. The first one is mudha, and all these are categories of miscreant, dushkritana. So there are four kinds of dushkritanas: you know, mudhas, and uh, mudhas. Then it's been said about naradhama. Then it's been said about maya parita jnana. Finally, asuric people. So they are duskriti, right now. So and proper, we have read the first part of first paragraph of the purport, uh, where it's been said that why these people, is these people, although they are capable of understanding the laws of material nature, they understand, they want to get freed from all the problems. They understand these problems, but actually they don't surrender to the Lord. You know, these they're so that's what Prabhupada said. But if that liberation is possible by surrendering to Lord's feet of the Lord, then why don't these intelligent and hard-working leaders adopt this simple method? See, it is not said for people who are foolish. No, foolish in the sense they have no capacity. These people, these are those kriti. Kriti, the word itself actually has a meaning, where it's been said that these people actually, no, they are clever, kritinaha, but bad, evil, clever people. They have spoiled their intelligence. Kritina means clever actually, but they are dushta, the evil-minded, clever people. Devotees are called as chatur, clever, most chatur. But these people are called as duskriti. They are badly. They are clever. They are spoiled people. So although has capacity, but actually you know, does not twice to surrender to the Lord. So why they don't, now is being spoken ahead. So what is the problem with them? Now Prabhupada writes a very beautiful purport to it. Now you read Prabhu, what is being highlighted. So he's speaking that learned leaders like Brahma, Shiva, all the 12 Mahajans, And Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, and others all have, we learned that, read now these faithful philosophers.
who are faithful philosophers, politicians, educators, scientists, etc., surrender to the lotus feet of the Supreme Person, the all powerful authority. Those who are not actually philosophers, scientists, educators, administrators, etc., but who pose themselves as such for material gain, do not accept the plan or path of the Supreme Lord. They have no idea of God. They simply manufacture their own worldly plans and consequently complicate the problems of material existence in their vain attempts to solve them. Because material energy nature is so powerful, it can resist the unauthorized plans of the atheist and baffle the knowledge of planning commissions.
So you understood right now over here that these people actually they are not actually those who are not surrendering. They are actually not intelligent. They may pose themselves to be intelligent, but they're not. And their all plans are now they are baffled. Their planning commission is baffled. Is actually is a foolish idea because they don't understand that all the plans will be only be executed and will actually reach to its perfection if one surrenders to the Supreme Lord, then only it is. If it's not, then it's foolish thing. Now, proper explains about the Shruti. Read now.
The atheistic plan makers are described herein by the word duskritina or miscreants. Kriti means one who has performed meritorious work.
Meritorious.
The atheist plan maker is sometimes very intelligent and meritorious also, because any gigantic plan, good or bad, must take intelligence to execute. But because the atheist's brain is improperly utilized in opposing the plan of the Supreme Lord, the atheistic plan maker is called Duskriti, which indicates that his intelligence and efforts are misdirected.
So now you understand too. These people are actually intelligent and meritorious, but in a perverted way, right? So their Kritana, they are actually people who are clever, who have intelligence, who are meritorious, but they use it for wrong purpose. That is called Duskriti. Yes, read now.
It has no independent authority. It works as the shadow moves, in accordance with the movements of the object. But still, material energy is very powerful, and the atheist, due to his godless temperament, cannot know how it works, nor can he know the plan of the Supreme Lord. These Duskritinas or miscreants are of four different patterns as outlined below.
So these people actually their Duskriti, they can't understand that the material energy works under direction of the Lord. As as when a fan is moving, the shadow of the fan also moves, right? Na? But they don't know like that they are only catching the shadow and saying, "Ha ha, the shadow is moving." They don't. The shadow is moving because the fan is. So they can't connect it. They are called that it has. No, they don't understand that Maya has no independent authority. So, but they are engaged into making their own plan based on it. That is how they are called Dushkruti. So now proper explains the first category, the Mudhas. Read the
The Murars are those who are grossly foolish, like hard-working beasts of burden. They want to enjoy the fruits of their labor by themselves, and so do not want to part with them for the supreme. The typical example of the beast of burden is the ass.
read ahead, right? Two more lines.
This humble beast is made to work very hard by his master. The ass does not really know for whom he works so hard day and night. He remains satisfied by filling his stomach with a bundle of grass, sleeping for a while under fear of being beaten by his master, and satisfying his sex appetite at the risk of being repeatedly kicked by the opposite party. The ass sings poetry and philosophy sometimes, but his braying sound only disturb others. This is the position of the foolish fruity worker who does not know for whom he should work. He does not know that karma action is meant for yajna sacrifice.
So these are these kind of people, Muras. It is not that they are not capable of understanding. They are fully capable of understanding. But they will work hard. So there are people who will work hard. Only they don't know that this work hard, the result of this work has to be submitted to the Lord. They don't know it. They don't know it means what? They don't want to know it also. Yeah, so they will work. So there are people who who may be working 12 hours, 14 hours, very ritualistically for their family or for their maintenance or for their enjoyment, but nothing to give and take with the Lord. Very ritualistically, they are doing their duties of their even varna and ashramas. They may be doing it, but they have no interest in a spiritual life because foolishly these people actually they feel that the karma which I am doing is I am to be the I'm supposed to enjoy it. Other people connected to me should be to enjoy, and that's why they do. They don't know that the proper rights. No? They don't know that karma is meant for yajna. No? And if karma is not meant as a yajna, said somebody is earning, and if his karma is earning is not a yajna, means he is not offering it to the Supreme Lord, that earning will bind him, right? No? That eating will bind him. Every activity that he will do will bind him into this world, into good or bad, into karma or vikarma. They don't know this. So they are read now proper writes about something more about Muras most often.
Most, most often, those who work very hard day and night to clear the burden of self created duties say that they have no time to hear of the immortality of the living being. To such Mudas, material gains which are destructible are lives all in all, despite the fact that the Mudas enjoy only a very small fraction of the fruit of labor. Sometimes they spend sleepless days and nights for fruitive grain, and although they may have ulcers and indigestion, they are satisfied with practically no food. They are simply absorbed in working hard day and night for the benefit of illusory masters. Ignorant of their real master, the foolish workers waste their valuable time serving mammon. Unfortunately, they never surrender to the supreme master of all masters, nor do they take time to hear of him from the proper sources. The swine who eat the night soil do not care to accept sweetmeats made of sugar and ghee. Similarly, the foolish worker will untiringly continue to hear of the sense enjoyable tidings of the flickering mundane world, but will have very little time to hear about the eternal living force that moves the material world.
Yeah, and a majority Indian people come in this category. Majority because they are working very hard day and night, for the sense of a duty that they have towards their whatever bodily responsibility they have. A lot they are duty bound in that. That is why in India there's a famous saying, at least in Hindi uh, they say if the child is not so responsible, they say make him married. What will happen? अपने आप करेगा, है ना? So then a sense of responsibility automatically now, but for the Lord, not much sense of responsibility is awakened in their heart. So that kind of people are these. So no, so these are muras. They don't know the real master. They are serving some master, very ritualistically, very hard working way, but they don't adopt. They don't actually serve the real master. No, who says aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva. So they don't know that who is they don't they actually it's not that they don't know, they know. That's why it's an Indian majority. They know God is something which is it belongs to everything belongs to him. He is the real master, but no time. Why? I'm very busy and doing what? in actually fulfilling the needs, in fulfilling the demands of the body and the people related to the body, working hard day and night for it, and thinking that is what. See, these are people who will look very pious, because they are doing their duty towards their, towards their body responsibility very nicely. But Krishna says, Dushkriti, मूढ़ास, राइट ना? तो मूढ़ मूढ़ है वो, उसको पता नहीं, ऐसा नहीं बोला जा रहा कि कृष्णा इज नॉट, व्हाई ही सेइंग मूढ़ा, बिकॉज ही नोस ही सेइंग, अरे कृष्णा इज सेइंग मूढ़ा, व्हाई, बिकॉज ही इज सेइंग दैट यू आर डूइंग द वर्क, सबमिट इट टू मी and then you enjoy. He's not saying that you don't do work, you don't do your duty. But these Muras will, what they will do? They will not do that. You know, they will not here give any time for hearing for the Lord. They will not submit the fruits of their activity to the Lord. They will just, work hard and day and night for sense of the duty that they have towards their body. You know, that's a mood has. So कर रहा है सब कुछ, but उल्टे डायरेक्शन में कर रहा है. That's what their mood है. So they are like that kind of people. So then over here, so this, so these are people are called as animalistic actually, uh, because instead, because he is a fool equal to an animal. Animal also is working hard day and night. Don't you think animals are not working day and night? No. Do you think the dog is keeps on sleeping? He seems to be sleeping, but whole night he's awake. You know, and what he is doing? He's also doing a hard work of what, maintaining his lane. No other dog should come. Collecting food. And enjoying life. He's also busy. Similarly, the people in the human form of the life, they're also busy. If but no, they are also busy, and if they are also not understanding that the karma is for yajna, equal to animal, mudha. Animal is mudha. This human is also mudha. You know. So Bhagavatam 3.32.19 very clearly says about it. That's a very famous verse. Nunam davena nihata, नूनं देवेन निहताय च अच्युत कथा सुदम् हित्वा शृण्वन्ति असद्गाथा पूरिषम् इव विद्भुजः. So it's been said, why these people, such they are people who are averse to the nectar of hitva shrinvanti asadgatha. You know, they are averse to the nectar of the activity. They are averse to hearing the nectar of the activities of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because they are compared to vidbhuja, they are compared to stool-eating hogs. Because even if you give a hog a very beautiful halwa, he will say no. Same are these people. They will like the stool, they will hit Asad Asadgatha. Asadgatha sunenge. They give up the hearing the transcendental activities of the Lord and indulge in hearing the abominable activities of materialistic people. Asadgatha. So they are vidbhuja, they are equal to animals. They are compared to the, so they have no time for Krishna. So Mukunda ko vena sveta vinah naretah. And this is what has been said, that in this verse it said, who will not serve the Mukunda, who is so beautiful, who is so charming, but yet these people don't. That's what mood has. Then Prabhupada turns towards the second category of people, what we call as no Naradhama. So now read this Naradhama people, what Prabhupada says about them. Prabhupada has written a very beautiful purport. Yeah,
Another
continue.
class,
पढ़िए पढ़िए.
Another class of Duskruti or miscreant is called Naradham, or lowest of mankind. Nara means human being, and Adhama means the lowest. The civilized human beings are those who have regulative principles of social, political, and religious life. Those are socially and politically developed. but who have no religious principles must be called Naradhan.
Mm, yeah, so these are understand the difference, huh? Oh, general human था was working very hard, मूढ़ास, no interest, no time for hearing. Now यहाँ पे these are special category people, you know, they are they are on top not people in the society, but they don't follow the religious principle. नरों में अधम है ये. Although ये लोग materialistic circle में they are considered to be very top people, but they don't worship the Lord. That is why they call Naradham. नरों में अधम है. Yeah, read.
The civilized form of human life is meant for man's reviving the lost consciousness of his eternal relation with the Supreme Truth, the personality of God Shri Krishna, who is all powerful. Whoever loses this chance is classified as a Narada.
पढ़िए.
We get information from revealed scriptures that when the baby is in the mother's womb, an extremely uncomfortable situation, he prays to God for deliverance and promises to worship Him alone as he gets out. To pray to God when he is in difficulty is a natural instinct in every living being because he is eternally related with God. But after his deliverance, the child forgets the difficulties of birth and forgets his deliverer also, being influenced by Maya, the illusionary energy.
However.
However, no process is strictly followed now in one part of the day, and therefore 99.9% of the population is Naradhan. When the
uh,
population becomes Naradhan, naturally all their so-called education is made null and void by the all-powerful energy of physical nature. According to the standard of Gita, a learned man who a learned man is he who sees on equal terms the learned Brahman, the dog, the cow, the elephant, and the dog eater. That is the vision of a true devotee. Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who is the incarnation of Godhead as Divine Master, delivered the typical Naradhams, the brother Jagai and Madai, and showed how the mercy of a real devotee is bestowed upon the lowest of mankind. So the Naradham, who is condemned by the personality of Godhead, can again revive his spiritual consciousness only by the mercy of a devotee.
yes. So, okay, continue this. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in
Sri
propagating.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in propagating the Bhagavad Dharma or activities of the devotees, has recommended that people submissively hear the message of the personality of Godhead. The essence of this message is Bhagavad Gita. The lowest amongst human beings can be delivered by the submissive hearing process only. But unfortunately, they even refuse to give an oral reception to these messages. And what to speak of surrendering to the will of the Supreme Lord? Naradans or the lowest of mankind willfully neglect the prime duty of the human life.
So this Naradama, you could understand that Prabhupada is giving the example of Jagai and Madai. They were born in a Brahmin family. They had the knowledge, but they lived the life completely against that knowledge. नरों में अधम है. So people who are made into a top-notch society, they are leading the society at top-notch ranks. Exactly, the who are leading? The people who are politicians, the educationists, the business. These are people actually, and they have no understanding. They are being there, but they don't give their time for that. So also Prabhupada says that, Prabhupada says actually when he's saying about here that every baby, see, not every baby. These are people who have kriti. Some kriti they have, but they are. That's how they pray to the child. Pray pray to the Lord while they're in the womb. But when they come out, they forget. Or also with the Naradhama are those people. No, Naradhama are those people who who uh, is they attain the status of human by accepting the process of bhakti, but then they reject it. They reject the bhakti by their will, thinking it is not so useful, for attaining my goals. They are called lowest among the beings, adham, because of giving up bhakti after attaining it. So these people actually, that's why Prabhupada is writing over there over that they pray to Krishna. Not every child pray to Krishna, but they have come to a stage of their previous Sukriti that they pray to Krishna, but then uh, and Krishna awards them that awards the mercy that they have made out of that horrible situation, and but they willfully or they actually they don't submit to the Lord. They give up the bhakti. So they are narrow madam. So these people who are becoming top-notch people in the society have done something good in the past. That's why they are. So they have done something very favorable, you know, towards bhakti at least. Then or some pious activity they have done. They have capacity actually to understand Krishna. They are supposed to take it more ahead, right? Na? Krishna says na, that these people who take to birth, in the next life as Suchinam Srimatam Gehe. So these people they are capable, but no, but in next life they give it up, or in this life also they may give it up. Bhakti process, naro mein adham hai. So that's what has been said. So that's what Prabhupada is mentioning over here. Then he says about the third category, Maya Apahrita Jnana. So Maya Aparita Jnana is the third category of the Skriti. Please read.
The next class of district is called Maya Paritigyan, or those persons whose erudite knowledge has been nullified by the influence of illusionary material in it. They are mostly very learned fellows, great philosophers, poets, literati, scientists, etc. But the illusionary energy misguides them, and therefore they disobey the Supreme Lord. In the Gita, in the plain and simple language, it is stated that Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no one equal to or greater than him. He is mentioned as the father of Brahma, the original father of all human beings. In fact, Sri Krishna is said to be not only the father of Brahma, but also the father of all species of life. It is the root of impersonal Brahman and Paramatma. The super soul in every entity is his plenary portion. He is the fountainhead of everything, and everyone is advised to surrender unto his lotus. Despite all these clear statements, the Maya Pritya may deride the personality of Supreme Lord and consider him merely another human being.
So all the read from here. All the unauthorized.
All the unauthorized interpretations of the Gita by class of Maya Prithyana outside the purview of the Parampara system are so many some stumbling blocks on the path of spiritual understanding. The deluded interpreters do not surrender unto the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, nor do they teach others to follow this principle.
So this is Maya Aparita Jnana. Means what? They may study Gita and Bhagavad, but they will accept. They will not accept the form of the Lord. They may say that the form of the Lord is a product of Maya. So because of the prabhav of Maya, they actually they don't, because why they don't hear from the Vaishnava parampara coming in a proper line, and from a devote coming in a Vaishnava does not hear from a devotee who's coming in a proper Vaishnava parampara. They become Maya Pratyagana because these people they actually they speak opposite to what the scriptures are saying. So they are very dangerous people, right? No? Because they read scriptures, they quote the scriptures, but only they bring out a different conclusion. है ना? So these people are also माया परितज्ञाना, and इनका माया ने इनका अपहरण किया है ज्ञान ज्ञान को. क्यों किया है? क्योंकि इनका अपना इच्छा नहीं, you know. So the scriptures is very clearly saying, Prabhupada saying, Gita in plain and simple and stated, Krishna is supreme personality of God. You know, nobody equal to him. No, no one is greater than him. He's not the father of Brahma, the original. But these people will say uh, that that eh, he is not the supreme. Has no form. Like that thing they will speak. So they are Maya Parithagyana. These people are also very Duskriti. Kriti hai inme, but dusht hai ye log. Then the last category Prabhupada explains, the last class of Duskriti.
The last class of Duskriti is called Asurim Bhavanashrita, or those of demonic principles. This class is openly atheistic. Some of them argue that the Supreme Lord can never descend upon this material world, but they are unable to give any tangible reasons as to why not. These are others who make him subordinate to the impersonal teacher, although the opposite is declared in Gita. Envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the atheist will present a number of illicit incarnations manufactured in the factory of his brain. Such person whose very principle of life is to decrease the personality Godhead cannot surrender unto the lotus feet of Shri Krishna.
Hmm.
Sri Yamunacharya Albandaro of South India said, O my Lord, you are unknowable to the persons involved with atheistic principles, despite your uncommon qualities, features, and activities, despite your personalities being confirmed by all the revealed scripture in the quality of goodness, and despite your being acknowledged by famous authorities renowned for their depth of knowledge in the transcendental science and situated in godly quality.
So these are Asurik. Asuram Bhavam Ashritaha. So Asuric people, they don't hear the good instructions given by the acharyas, but they bring out their own some new things. No, that is the nature of Asuric people. Asuric people can't follow. You know, they want to prove their own supremacy, so they bring out some their own things and they decry the human form. They decry the form of the Lord, and they may say they may see uh, these people arises doubt in the people mind, and they have a lot of doubt also. But what which kind of a doubt? That some things which is said by the Lord, said for the Lord in the scriptures, they will say asambhav, ho hi nahi sakta. And to some of the statements they will speak, and they will say that they will have a viparit bhavana of what the scriptures are saying. The scripture is saying surrender to him, you say no, surrender, no. The scripture is saying he is the Lord, but rather than they will say, they will make some other human as to be God, and they will say surrender to him. This is asuric pravritti. So uh, so others, these people have studied the scriptures, but no. So this Maya Aparita Jnana and Asuri, they are actually, they have studied the scriptures, but one whose knowledge is stolen by Maya, they think that they may say Narayan, Narayan is residing in Vaikuntha, is obtainable by constant bhakti, but not Krishna and Ram, because they consider them to be as normal humans, or they consider Krishna or Ram to be as as something. When Narayan comes under Maya, he becomes Krishna or Ram. Avajananti ma mudha. So that mudha is not the mudha which is mentioned. This is Maya Paritagyan. So these foolish people, they think the Lord to have a human body. Or Asuric people like Jarasandh, they are envious people. They when they see the form of the Lord, they attack it. You know, they even try to destroy the form of the Lord, the forms of deities. So by their bad arguments, by their bad logic, this is such, these are the people who are actually called Asuric. So this is how. So in just what has been spoken about these four is that you know because of avidya they are ignorant, and they don't even, and they are confused, and they confuse others also. These people, these all four. So all are actually in the influence of Maya only. But one type is Mura, one type is Naradhama, one is Maya Parita Jnana, and Asurim Bhavamashrita. So Muras, they are completely absorbed in material activities. You know, they they don't understand that the fruit of the activities has to be submit to the Lord as a yajna. They don't do it. They and that they may think that that they not value the Lord. They may offer to Indra or somebody like that, but they will not offer to the Lord. Mura people. You know. But Prabhupada says, but in today's world, nobody even offers to Indra. They are just busy. They're doing. Mura is that category also. So, and the second is called the lowest of the men, Anadama. All that they obtain the status of the highest rank in the human because they're born in a high family, such as Brahmana or something like that. But they are very much exclusively they are absorbed in materialistic work, poetic work, and all those things. They are more of a karma kanda people. They are Naradama. And about this Maya Aparita Jnana. So it's been said about those actually, and so those actually who are actually those who consider basically those who consider that the Lord actually the even said those who don't believe in God at all and just engagement and those who think so actually those people who think the Lord to be uh, who think God is Prakriti, you know, as a Sankhya philosophers. They are Maya Paritagana. And those who think God is impersonation, such as Advait, they are Asurim Bhavam Ashritaha, who decry the form of the Lord, who use the bad logic to actually, they are envious people. So the envious is Asurim, materialist is a Mudha, Naradhama is actually those who have the capacity, they are on the top knot of the society, but they don't follow. They use their intelligence in a wrong way. And Maya Aparita Jnana actually are those who because of the influence of the Maya, they may feed the Prakriti to be the god, or something else to be as a god. There are people who may make snake, they may worship the snake, they may worship all these kind of people, personalities as god. Or the Sankhya philosophers also. So these are also are Maya Prasita again. So I hope it is clear to you all. And I also said to you, Naradhama, those people who have got bhakti, but they reject bhakti. They are also Naradhamas. Is that clear to you? Because these are important to be understood in one way. Uh, in one way, it is important to understand because you know we have to also understand that which category of people are how it has been defined so that we save ourselves and we can also and we meet people in the outside world, we can also understand what is the problem that he is having, which category he is. Sometimes that also, but we have to be very careful about it. Any questions on this row? Although it's a time taking verse, the next verse is also going to take time, but I'm asking. Yeah, हैं
Krishna
आप
Prabhuji.
लोग सो रहे हैं अच्छा
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हाँ यस ब्रो
True, as you mentioned, like among the two categories, if you see like Naradhama, as you mentioned, like he has bhakti, but he has rejected the bhakti. And the other category is one who worships the demigods, Maya Avrita. And so,
हाँ
like among the two, like just want to categorize in the terms of understanding the categorization. Though, like so, as the Naradhama has the Sukruti to practice the bhakti, he is superior in one way to understand, like or the Mayaviti again, like if you want to preach in terms of preaching, like to bring them towards Krishna consciousness, who is most favorable compared to
no
them?
actually if they come to Krishna consciousness then they are no more problem. We try everyone, and we don't that time categorize. But if somebody is saying like that, hardly we meet people who have any knowledge about scriptures even today's day and time. Even if they are turned towards demigod worship, that is not a problem. But if they are actually not understanding. So in that way, you can say Naradhama. There's nothing been said who's better, who's more favorable. Krishna has not said any for anything about them. You know, he didn't said anything like what the way you are asking. So I can't say anything. If would have, he had surely said about the Jnani in the for the next category that we are going to read. And these people are Nara, these are Duskriti. Problem is this.
So
So Duskriti can be also met by the association of both all these Asurim Chorke, envious people Chorke, all these three, you know, when they get association of devotees and they lend their ears to them, they can transform. Asuric people are very because they're envious. For example is Jarasandha. Remember, very difficult. Jagai Madhai badal gaya. Right? Jarasandha, envious. That's why we said the ninth of him. Those who are envious people, we don't. So they won't hear it. They won't hear it. Or they will have their envy will increase. They're like snake. So snake given the milk, the poison increases more. Other three are fine. You know, right? No?
yes, Project. So in such categories, rather than finding like gray scales, we should always have 0 and 1, like binary.
0 and 1 means what?
Like in like 0 and 1 in the sense of like uh, either he's practicing bhakti or either he's not. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yes. So it's very good. These three are can be made into very easily if they get association with devotee and they hear from him. But Asuric people very difficult. They require they may require a huge amount of prepared intervention of the Lord. This Asurim Bhavam Ashrita is very bad. Anything else, bro? Anyone? Anyone?
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Yes, bro.
Like my question is regarding the Naradhama. So
Who is
Prabhupada mentioned
asking?
that this is Ravi.
Ravi
Okay.
Prabhu. Acha, acha, acha. Yeah, go ahead.
So my question, like Prabhupada mentioned like one of the category in scientists. So in scientists also, can we say that there are some who comes in the category of Naradhama, like they are seekers, but they have distracted with some different path, and there are some who are envious kind of. So
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. It can be. No, because today Jarasandh is not there coming out to a war against. But these people are, like we can say Stephen Hawking. No problem. In this community of Vaishnavas, we can very clearly ask for him how. They deride the Lord. They deride the existence of the Lord. Sorry, the envious of the Lord. Right.
and also like all of their journey starts with like the genuine like genuine desire to search out God, or from the beginning itself they have some such
They are
type of.
like that. They are like that. No, because of certain things that they may do. You know, naturally, not everybody. No, it is not that from dawn of a creation somebody was asura. No, that's not been said over here. But there are people who may eventually become like that because of certain choices that they make in their life. That's what's been said. It is not that Krishna condemns somebody to be asura forever, that were born as asura. There's nothing like that. They eventually tend towards that.
Okay, man, thank you.
Anything
Prabhuji,
more, Prabhu? Uh-huh.
Prabhuji, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that he cast these envious people into the darkest region of hell. And there Prabhupada writes that unless pure devotee intervention does not happen, it is very difficult. So you are saying that in the case of Asurin, unless Lord's intervention, pure devotee's intervention does not happen, they cannot come up. So Prabhuji, it is seen the opposite also. Some people are initially believers of Lord, but later they take to the nature of atheistic people. Like Ramachandrapuri, you can see, because of criticizing Vaishnava, he became impersonalist. So, Guruji, what all things can happen by which such nature can come from atheistic, and how to protect ourselves?
Actually, because it's very clear you are asking about who were devotees and they eventually become asura is because of aparad. Because of aparad, then many anarthas are born. Yeah, the types of anarthas, right? No? So, anarthas are born out of aparad is very dangerous. So, duskritano, sukritano, no, no, aparad yukta anarthas. So, aparad yukta anarthas which are born because of doing aparad, no? And actually, that's why aparad is more dangerous than sins. And it doesn't goes away so easily. So, those people actually who condemn the Vaishnavas or who actually become envious of the Lord and the Vaishnavas, so then it is very difficult for them. They have to rectify their situation uh, by undergoing a lot of horrible situations, and that's how they may be. Is that what you're asking?
Yesterday, I was asking that just like you said, one is aparad is the reason for mm, for the birth of atheistic nature like this. So, which all other factors can be there by which a person can come to atheism or something like this? Asurim Ashram.
Why they come to atheism? And so why they come to atheism? Uh, they are the nature of the soul that is to become envy. So the more they have a plan of enjoying life, the more they try to do bhoga, envy will increase. That's true. So then a person eventually move towards that direction, uh, that he may come envious of the Lord. So naturally, the envy increases if we are in this world also we see if we know somebody is you know is actually, if the principal of the college is saying come at 8 a.m. but the student is now saying, yeah, Zindabad, Murdabad against the principal. They keep on doing that. They're trying to rebel more and more for their own sense gratification. Then envy keeps on increasing. That's an amazing thing. All good qualities in this world decreases, but all bad qualities increases as the time passes. That is how the world is. So envy keeps on increasing. The bhog is the one of the main reasons it increases. And because of bhog mentality, even aparad may also happen. So that's what I would say to you. Um, and that's how our people get covered by avidya more and more. So the level of the avidya is more, envy has to creep in. Okay. Yeah. So anyhow, I want to complete the next one also, which is uh, there's something on the chat, huh? Question is there? Your voice is not nice. Hey, it's not audible.
No, no, like
Audible.
Kaushik Prabhu,
Oh,
he
acha,
was
no
asking
problem.
question and not able
Okay.
to. Do one last question, if I may ask.
Yeah.
Sorry, Proji. As you
No
mentioned,
issues.
Proji, like in the ninth offense, like it is also an offense to be to instruct a fearless person about the glories of the holy name. So, as you mentioned, ki only the envious people are the ones we should not,
Hmm.
because when we understand from the statement, like Naradhama and other people are also faithless, correct? In one sense,
They are faithless, but they can be given faith.
but we can preach them, correct?
Yeah. That's why in all these three Prabhupada has written, if they get to hear from, if they hear from pure devotees, it will be. Asurim mein nahi likha.
Okay, Proji. Thank you so much.
So now the Krishna is going to say, the bad news is out. Oh, that these people, these four category people, they don't. But the good news is that there's some category of people who actually obey the Lord. So who are those? Is a good, is a good, is a good news for us. Chaturveda bhajante mam jana sukritano arjuna artho jigyasur artharthi jnani cha bhartar sabha. Wait a minute, translation. Please read, one of you.
O best among the Bharatas, four kinds of pious men begin to render devotional service unto me: the distressed, the desirer of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the absolute
Yes.
purpose. These are adherents of the regulative principles of the scriptures, and they are called Sukritina.
or those who obey the rules and regulations of scriptures, the moral and social laws, and are more or less devoted to the Supreme Lord. Out of these, there are four classes of men: those who are sometimes distressed, those who are in need of money, those who are sometimes inquisitive, and those who are sometimes searching after knowledge of the absolute truth. These persons come.
So wait. So they are called as Sukritinaha. They are adherent to regulative principles of scriptures. They obey the regulations of the scriptures. No, why? Because they sometimes they're distressed, they're in need of money, or they're inquisitive, or they have sometimes searching for the absolute truth. But not proper rights. Very wonderfully. These are not okay. Read what Prabhupada says.
These persons come to the Supreme Lord for devotional service under different conditions. These are not pure devotees because they have some aspiration to fulfill in exchange for devotional service. Pure devotional service is without aspiration and without desire for material profit.
So this Prabhupada says Anamilasha Sunyam. Now, when these four kind of
When these four kinds of persons come to the Supreme Lord for devotional service and are completely purified by the association of a pure devotee, they also become pure devotees. As far as the miscreants are concerned, for them devotional service is very difficult because their lives are selfish, irregular, and without spiritual goals. But even some of them, by chance, when they come in contact with a pure devotee, also become pure devotees.
yeah, so understood, na? So these four kind of people, by their nature, they don't practice pure devotional service because they have a motive. But when they come in association with a pure devotee, they may start practicing pure devotional service and can be called as a pure devotee. And eventually they can become pure devotee, right? These are these people, Artho Arthati Jigyasu Gyan. They are not practitioner of pure devotional service by their own. By the mercy of a devotee, they may get that the practice of pure devotional service. And then Prabhupada is writing about miscreants, the previous fellows, you who are selfish, irregular, without spiritual goals. Even they can become if they get a chance to. Now read.
Those who are simply frustrated also come sometimes to associate with the pure devotees and become inquisitive to know about God. Similarly, when the dry philosophers are frustrated in every field of knowledge, they sometimes want to learn of God, and they come to the Supreme Lord to render devotional service and thus transcend knowledge of the impersonal Brahman and the localized Paramatma, and come to the personal conception of Godhead by the grace of the Supreme Lord or his pure devotee. On the whole, when the distressed, the inquisitive, the seekers of knowledge, and those who are in need of money are free from all material desires, and when they fully understand that material remuneration has nothing to do with spiritual improvement, they become pure devotees.
So when they understand, like Dhruv Maharaj, he was looking for money, right? And he understood, no, he said, it's all like a broken piece of glass. Then they become pure devotees. They start practicing pure devotional service.
As long as such a purified stage is not attained, devotees in transcendental service to their Lord are tainted with fruitive activities, the search for knowledge, etc. So one has to transcend all this before one can come to the stage of pure devotional service.
So then, he here is being said that these people by nature, they are actually looking something for their own. They are also selfish. They have come for their own purpose. They have not come for something, for the pleasure of the Lord. So they are not actually the practitioner of pure devotion service. They are mixed people. So these people, and the good thing in them are they follow Varnashram, Sukriti, and Duskriti people don't follow Varnashram. So there are people like Artho, Artharthi. Some people like may relief from some affliction, from some sickness, or some people are inquisitive in the sense that they have desire to know the knowledge of Atma, or desire to know the knowledge of scriptures with grammar. like, or some people may desire enjoyment in life in terms of land, elephant, horses, women, gold, and other such things, Artharthi. So these people all are Sakam Bhaktas. You know, they are actually sakam people. But the fourth category, the jnani, is of a nishkam, because he actually doesn't have material desire. But no, Prabhupada over there, actually, he is a nishkam, but somehow he also has not come with the actually to please the Lord. He might have a more of understanding about, to purify his heart. You know? So because he wants to purify his heart, so he knows that no, I don't have to do any karma. And so or I have to give all the fruits of activity, whatever I do is to the Lord, so that I don't get any entanglement. So nishkam. So but so that is why he has no material desire, but actually he also does have the desire to actually please the Lord, to serve the Lord. So that's why they are not considered in the path of a pure devotional service till now. So these jnani, uh, you know. And so Gyani, actually is a topmost because he's Nishkam. So you all remember that there was something I had told you, three kinds of bhakti. Who remembers the three kinds of bhakti? It is very important, because it will keep on repeating these sections of Bhagavad Gita. Haribol, Kaivala bhakti, huh?
Guni and Pradhan.
Pradhani
Kevla
Bhut
Bhakti,
bhakti,
Guni Bhakti,
and Pradhan Bhut bhakti, right? So Kevala Bhakti, Pradhan Bhut Bhakti, and you know, and the Guna Bhut Bhakti. So among these four types of people, Artho Arthat Jigasu Gyana, they, the first three, they are actually these people. These four are qualified for Pradhan Bhut Bhakti. They are not qualified by their own for Kaivala Bhakti, for Ananya Bhakti. You know, because they will accept because they will perform karma mishra bhakti or jnana mishra bhakti. The first three, artho artharthi, jigyasu, will perform karma mishra bhakti. The jnani will perform jnana mishra bhakti. Right? Huh? So, but they will not by their own can't perform kaivala bhakti. There will a pradhani bhut bhakti. So, because if they keep on performing like that without intervention of a pure devotee in their life, then or if they maintain that kind of an attitude, so what may happen is that uh, they may so they may continue the pradhani bhut bhakti, and pradhani bhut bhakti actually can award them maximum what they can award. They will be awarded maximum up to uh, you know uh, a liberation. Liberation will be awarded to them. That's what has been said. So is that they may get developed, so they may get salokya, they may get these kind of sukha and predominant, sukha of, they are basically looking for sukha and happiness and power. So they may go over there in a Vaikuntha world with these of liberation mentality, salokya, samipya, and all those category people. So, so the result of this sakam, or if the result of generally a sakam karmi is swarga, and the result of nishkam karmi is actually is nishkam. And the result of nishkam karmi is jnana yoga, and also eventually they move to ashtanga and then towards moksha or nirvana, impersonal liberation. So sakam karmi goes to swarga, nishkam karmi, if she has come without bhakti, then up to moksha or nirvana. So the result of pradhani bhut bhakti has been spoken over here, that these people will maximum will attain something because they are now connected to devotee, or they are performing devotional service, understanding the form of the Lord. They will attain liberation in the form of salokya, as has been said. So or people, the Karma Mishra Bhaktis, they will attain Salokya. And the Jnana Mishra Bhakti means Jnani people, the maximum they can attain Shantarati, Bhava, in the, these, these people, Shantarati and sometimes these Jnana Mishra Bhaktas can also attain higher destinations. But they will be in Aishwarya Bhav only. They can't enter into Raja Bhav. They will attain Vaikuntha only. Maybe higher, than Shant also. Maybe in a Dasya. But Aishwarya Bhav, they can't enter into Goloka. So, but they give up these motivations, and start pleasing the Lord and start practicing to please the Lord and means eventually to pure devotional service, then everything opens for them. But by nature, what they can attain is this maximum, you know. So what I told to you right now is this, that Artho Artharthi Jigyasu can action maximum attain in a Salokya, you know. And the Jnani can maximum attain is the Shantarati, Shanta Bhav, that's what we know, that in a Aishwarya Yukta. So, or come up to Prem Dasya, but in Aishwarya, that is in the Vaikuntha only. No, that is because predominance of reverence will be there. But we know the result of pure Ananya Bhakti is Daksa, Sakya and other rasas in Goloka Vrindavan, where reverence is not there. So one has to know that, what is a, when we say, this is the greatness of Ananya Bhakti, that he can award very direct relationship with the Lord, as if that we are one of his family members. There's nothing like, or even in family member, there can be some reverence. He becomes like a subordinate to the devotee. That kind of love awakens. It's a very, very deep love, without any reverence towards him, without any motivation, very pure, no tinge of any mixture of, oh, he's so great, that is why. No, uh, I love him because he's lovable. That kind of a thing is attained by Ananya Bhaktas. So these all four can come to Ananya Bhakti, but if they don't, then by their nature, what they are, they can up to what I told to you is this much only. So sakam bhavna hai ye तीनों का, artho artharthi jigyasu का, and nishkam bhavna hai jnani का. That's why jnani is considered to be the highest. So when we'll read ahead in the next shloka, Krishna will say that he is the highest. So among these four, so categories may said like Gajendra is the person who was actually, and he wanted to eliminate the suffering, Artha. Dhruva Maharaj is Artharthi, right? Is Artharthi. Dhruva is example of Artharthi actually. So now, and Saunaka Adi Rishis, Saunaka, not Adi Rishi, the Saunaka is example of Jigyasu. And Sukdev Goswami is example of Jnani. So these all people became pure devotees, one way. Surely in Bhagavatam, Dhruva became, Sukadev Goswami became, Saunaka became, Gajendra became, all became. So good news is that all of them, but if they don't accept the pure devotional path, then actually they will attain what I told you right till now. So these are not, by nature, not Paranishtata Bhaktas. They are Sakam Bhaktas or Jnana Mishra Bhaktas by their nature. But they can become Paranishtata Bhaktas if they actually if they hear from pure devotees and they accept the process of pure devotional service and give up these motivations that they have. So anyhow, so this has been said about these four category of people who approach the Lord. And I end over here. You have any questions? You hold it for tomorrow. I'll answer it, and then eventually we'll go ahead in this talk. So it will go slow. Some verses are like that. But tomorrow we'll be able to cover 6, 7, 8 verses probably, surely. So you hold your questions for tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Went away. Srila Prabhupada ki.